Mobile Suit Gundam Journey to Jaburo was released August 6, 2001 in North America for the PS2. Riding hot on the coattails of the rising popularity of anime in the United States, Bandai was smart to start releasing the titles in the West. Toonami began airing Gundam Wing on March 6, 2000, and it was extremely popular, as most anime from Toonami was at the time. Mobile Suit Gundam itself began airing July 23, 2001, shortly before the release of Journey to Jaburo. Gundam was a hit in the West, and when the game released, I distinctly remember wanting to play it, piloting the iconic RX-78 and following the events of the One-Year War. Journey to Jaburo was an easy sell to anyone infatuated with the series at the time. I'm not completely sure why, but this box art just absolutely sticks with me. Something about it is just so nostalgic and sticks in my brain from that early 2000s. The back of the box, however, is just maybe the most basic thing I've ever seen. Pilot Gundam in Battle of Zeon mobile suits. Yep, that's definitely the point of the game. I would have never guessed. Stunning high-resolution 3D graphics. What an extremely basic statement. It's the PS2. I hope they are.
Now, White Mobile Suit, how about we test your reaction time on terra firma?
Journey to Jaburo is an action game thrusting you into the action of the One-Year War as Armourer Ray, the main character of the story. The game begins just as the anime does, and ends with the events of the second movie, and even features actual animated cutscenes following the story. 9 missions in total encompass the story of Armourer and White Base to lead you across the campaign to Jaburo and the fights against Zeon, including that of Rambaral and Char Ansible.
So, that's the white mobile suit that I've heard so much about?
Mobile Suit Gundam Journey to Jaburo has a very mixed critical reception from the time. Landing at a metascore of 58, most of those criticize the controls and speed of the game, as well as a few outlets pointing out that there just isn't much here for anyone who isn't a fan of the Gundam series. That being said, it is specifically a Gundam game aimed at fans of the series, so I don't really agree with that being a negative for the game. And user reviews are much more friendly, showcasing an 8.2 and embracing the story and especially the tactics battle mode that you unlock after the main story mode. The controls are a sticking point agreed upon on both sides, however, and I do kind of agree with that. The controls are truly the thing holding back Journey to Jaburo, and honestly, it's a unanimous negative. It does get better over time as you get more used to the controls, but they're far from naturally intuitive. Even though they are playable, it just takes a while to get really used to them. The game also lacks a good tutorial, leaving out pretty key information. Now, reading the manual will easily fix this. However, if you don't have the manual, or if you're playing on an emulator, figuring them out, you might need to research a few things or just play around with it for quite a while. I think the truth is really in the middle here, as most user reviews are likely skewed by nostalgia. The game is a fantastic play, especially if you love Gundam, but it definitely lacks longevity, and you'd be hard-pressed to get more than a rental out of it back in 2001. You can complete the main story in just a few hours and begin exploring the tactics mode, giving you more mobile suits and some more story. However, the content just isn't enough that you couldn't have beaten it and gotten the full experience in a good old 5 blockbuster days before returning it back in 2001. But fast forwarding back to 2023 here, and the game really is a steal at 15 to 20 complete today if you collect, and not something I would pass up if you're a Gundam fan looking to add an amazing piece of nostalgia to your collection. Of course, emulation is always an option as well, if you just want to play the game, and I would say it's worth playing. It doesn't take very long to beat, and is pretty satisfying if you're a fan of the series. I always wanted to play this game as a kid and never had the luck to do so. Going back to complete it recently definitely confirmed the experience I believed I would have had back then, and it was definitely worth an evening of my time. If you remember this game or love Gundam, do yourself a favor and give up at least a few hours to go back and enjoy the story mode, and really relish in a piece of Gundam gaming history.
Look out! The enemy's mobile suit has started to move on its own! I thought it was all just unassembled parts!
Please get up! Come on!
Thank you so much for watching another video on the channel. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. I also do stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Cedian if you want to come watch some content. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one.